I'm interested. You got 3 million ham radio operators worldwide, helping to take that and qualify that down to a small group of just 50 teams, which is how many people? It's like 100 people, right? Hey, this is James N0WRL Whiskey Radio Lima. I'm here with
Mark Mike X-Ray Romeo. Hi.
And we're here at Dayton Hamvention, the biggest ham radio event of the year in Dayton, Ohio. And we are here talking about WRTC 2026. Mark, tell the folks at home, what is WRTC in the first place?
So WRTC, is, first of all, it stands for the World Radio Sport Team Championship. It takes place every 4 years, much like the Olympic Games. And it is actually regarded the Olympic Games of ham radio.
Or for us Americans, the Super Bowl of ham radio.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. We love the Olympics too.
So it changes host nation every 4 years. This will be the 10th WRTC.
Wow.
We're really pleased and honored that we were successful in our bid to host in the United Kingdom. People will take part in contests over a period of around 2 years to qualify for this event. And if they perform exceptionally well, they get to represent their country at WRTC. We provide equal operating conditions for a contest in July 2026, over 24 hours.
Wow.
And we will have 50 teams of 2 operators coming to the UK, and we will provide them with antennas, all exactly the same across all 50 stations. Across the same geographic area. So what we're trying to do is eliminate the variables that we see in general contesting.
That's amazing, and make it a level playing field. And in a way, it's actually one of the really only true chances that people can compete at this level on a pretty equal playing level, because there's so much that goes into organizing the equipment, the stations, the conditions to get people on that type of level, would you say?
Absolutely. I mean, as we see generally, you have so many variables in contesting, you know, like the type of antenna you're using, the tower, whether you're in a valley or perched on top of a hill, the country you're operating from, you generate more interest, the call sign that you use. So we're trying to eliminate as much of that as we possibly can and bring everybody together, the real elite contest operators, to find out who actually is the best, who deserves the gold medal. And,
that's awesome.
That's what it's all about.
So I'm interested. You got 3 million, ham radio operators worldwide. You've got some percentage of those that are, very big contesters, but you have the difficult challenge of helping to take that and qualify that down to a small group of just 50 teams, which is how many people? It's like 100 people, right?
Right.
How in the world do you go about doing that type of qualification?
So we've had 15 qualifying events over about a period of 18 months.
Wow.
And the contesters can take part and try to win their area. We've divided the area down into sensible geographic splits,
right,
so that they're competing against other people in other countries, nearby countries that are local to them. This is never going to be a perfect solution. You're never going to end up with a perfect recipe where you get...
And if you're on the border, that's dicey territory. I'm sure there's people that are, on the threshold there.
But we've introduced things like not just one position for each area in every area. Sometimes we have 2, 3, and even 4 available slots, and that's dependent on how much activity there is in that particular area. Right. We also, out of the 50 teams, we have 4 dedicated youth teams. Now that's really important. That's a big part of WRTC 26, because we are very focused on using it as a component to promote the future of this hobby, and more specifically the future of contesting. I think
from my perspective, I think that is one of the things. I mean, I see WRTC as that leading edge event that is showing off the best of the amateur radio operators and the best of the best conditions. And you're talking about a jam-packed weekend, but it all happens really fast. There's a lot of lead up. It all happens really fast. And I think what I've been so impressed with you, Mark, and with your group for 2026 is you're not just settling for what WRTC has done before. You're looking out and saying, how can we make this bigger? How can we make this better and really make this a special event? So what would you say people should be looking forward to for 2026 that's going to make this a very, very special WRTC? You're going to bring a little bit of that special British flavor to it?
Well, I mean, I think the thing that we're focusing more than anything, and we've got a lot of history where we've learned the really good things that previous WRTCs have achieved. We also have it as an opportunity to learn how we can better the WRTC competition and make it more suitable for this day and age. So I would sum that up by saying outreach. Outreach is the number one thing that we really want to focus on here. And there are a number of ways that we're achieving that by involving youth, but using this as an opportunity to tap into people that are not in this hobby, because I try and put myself on that other side of the fence and think, if I wasn't into this hobby, what would really attract me? What would I find fascinating? Because we have so much to offer with this hobby. It is truly magical.
It's the best hobby in the world.
Without a question of a doubt. We know that. Yeah. We need to show that. So we're using this event as an opportunity to generate excitement, because new people, young people more specifically, they are generally quite competitive people, you know. Right. So I certainly was. When I was young, I wanted to be better than my brother and my dad at everything. Right? So it's using it as a harness to capture that interest. That's what we want to do.
Right. And I imagine too, as we're getting close to the event, we'll actually be able to, folks who are following WRTC, well, let me just say this. Could people actually travel to WRTC for the event? I guess you're going to have some people that are traveling for that, in addition to the contestants, of course. But I'm sure there'll be a plan for people at home as well to participate, to watch the event. So give me that kind of breakdown.
Yeah, so we're expecting probably around 500 to 600 people to come to WRTC, and that consists of 100 operators, 50 referees, because they need to make sure that they're playing a fair game. We'll have volunteers getting involved. We'll also have spectators. So a large number of spectators will be coming, and we have the facility to accommodate those spectators as well. But of course, as you mentioned, this is also about everybody in the world being able to experience it. And that's where I guess I could say our partnership comes in.
Right.
So we're working with WRL to generate a platform for all of the statistics, all of the QSO data to come in and generate more of a kind of, can we call it an esports interface?
Exactly.
That you know, has all the statistics, that maybe has things like even commentary may come into this, you know, something that we haven't seen in WRTCs before. So it's an opportunity to use that to develop something new, more in this day and age of, you know, what people want to be able to see on the internet.
Yeah, and for some of you guys who are more some of the serious contesters, you may not be familiar with WRL yet, so I'll tell you a little bit about it. You can check it out at worldradioleague.com. We've already run dozens of contests through it, but what we really specialize is bringing people in and showing them a real live ham radio experience with your leaderboards, with your analytics, and in a totally different way of experiencing contesting and interactivity. And we've really focused today, we've done field days, we've done QSO parties, those types of things. But right now, as of, we're in May 2025, we are right now really focused on the back end of what we're doing for WRTC, where we're actually streaming these contacts from Raspberry Pis that are going to be located at those operator stations, bringing it into the cloud. So we have all of the QSO data, but without getting too much into it, there's going to be different elements for WRTC that are different, where you actually will not be able to see the names of the people that are running the stations connected to that call sign, because we got to maintain the integrity of the contest. We don't want, hey, people going out trying to make a contact with their favorite team, right? Whereas in some contests, you might be a little bit less strict than what you want to see for the World Radio Team Championship.
Right, yeah, and that's really important, because we have to avoid scenarios like cheerleading and, you know, all the teams of one country getting behind their team. We encourage everybody to make as many QSOs as they can with all the WRTC stations on all the bands and all the modes, and that's really important. And that forms a part of our log checking process.
Yeah.
So the adjudication usually would, you know, span a period of weeks, if not months.
Wow.
We have to turn that around in 24 hours at the end of the contest, and that's a really challenging activity. And we'll be using lots of techniques to do that. But yeah, it's we're really excited to be.
And we can't tell you about all the techniques because That's part of the secret sauce, right?
Right, and but yeah, it's been done before, and there's lots of good practice there that we can learn from and use again on that adjudication.
Now, making a big event like this takes a lot. It takes a lot of coordination on just logistics side of moving people around. There's a lot of technology that it's involved. So how can people support? If you're out there and you're taking a look, you want to get involved in WRTC, first of all, say you don't have to be a contestant to be involved in this, right? Even if you're just a newer ham, when WRTC comes up, you can log those contestations, and those are very special contacts to get in the log. So you're going to want to do that. I think every amateur radio operator should be involved in this in some way. So what do they do, Mark? How can they get involved and support the WRTC program?
Well, why not get involved? I mean, it's such a unique, fun event. So I would really encourage people to stay tuned on our website, which is WRTC2026.org. Follow us on social media. We're on Facebook. That's the one we use more than any other, to be honest. And if you're more than welcome to get involved and come to the UK and help out with volunteering. We've got stations to build. We have travel solutions to find for the operators to and from the sites. And we would also encourage people to help us with some of our IT on site. And also hospitality. It doesn't come cheap, I have to say. WRTC has an overall budget of between £500,000 and £600,000. So all of that is raised by us. We had various methods of fundraising, and one approach, for instance, is we have our very special WRTC coins, which we ask for a donation of £100. And you get a very pretty silver coin. We did the bronze coin last year. This year is the silver coin, and we'll be doing the gold coins in 2026.
And guys, you can't obviously hold this, but this is a beautiful coin, and it's really, really well constructed. And it's a great way to commemorate WRTC 2026 and show some support. And obviously at WRL, we're going to be supporting you guys on the technology side, but I got to get one of these coins. So I'm going to be buying one of these from you right now. I really appreciate you guys doing this, and I appreciate the hard work. This is going to be the biggest WRTC we've ever done, Mark.
Well, we're trying everything to make this a successful event, and I'm sure with your help we can achieve our goals.
Now, anything else you want people to know, or any last words for the folks?
Just stay tuned. I mean, we're really excited to be hosting this event. Who knows where it will be in 2030? All I can say is that we are very committed to delivering a competition that holds high integrity and is as fair as it can possibly be. Let's see who the winners will be.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you very much, James.